Hello, I'm recording this on October 30th, and that means two things. Have a happy Halloween, and it is time for the Darkness News update brought to you by Evluma and the OmniMax. The OmniMax is your one-stop solution for exterior lamps. It's Bluetooth ready for controls, it's dimmable, you've got selectable color output, and you have an optional shield so that you can limit uplight and backlight all in the box. That's evluma.com. Visit the link in the description. Let's get into it. The International Energy Agency has published a review of health under solid-state lighting. This is a comprehensive report covering glare, flicker, circadian disruption, neurobehavioral effects, as well as acute harms and long-term risk factors associated with blue-rich LED lighting. Brighter nights, darker days will kill you because of a confluence of mortality risk factors. This is the UK Biobank collecting 13 million hours of data from wearable sensors on 88,000 individuals over the age of 40, and they found that when you control for every other factor, genetic, other pre-existing conditions, more light at night is bad for you in a fatal way. Cone photoreceptors do not contribute to your circadian rhythm. Melatonin production is strictly from the ganglion cell at the back of the eye, which is based on your rods. This is a report from the University of Basel. A new study says that circadian studies need better compliance from subjects. This is part of a larger study, but one of the things that came up in it is that dosimeter wearers needed to improve when they kept their light sensors on. A lot of people were not doing it all day, and they had their excuses, but it's a lot like diet research where you really need compliance to get accurate results. Circadian disruption related to light does get worse during the winter, and it's even worse for cis women. This is a study of 48 adults finding that the winter blues do get worse, and even more so for the female participants in the study. COVID-19 does cause sleep disorders. This is part of what we are learning about long COVID symptoms, and it does harm your sleep habits as part of that. We also are seeing that circadian reset treatment, which is to say bright light treatments early in the morning, does improve the symptoms of both long COVID and Parkinson's disease. Poor sleep does lead to overeating. This has found that if you lose out on sleep, you're more likely to have about 380 extra calories the next day. The light of the full moon has been linked with roadkill incidents. This is a study from Texas A&M finding that there is a 45% increase in animal vehicle interactions that happens under the light of the full moon. LED is particularly harmful to shearwater fledglings. This is a study of seabirds in the Azores, finding that as young shearwaters are exposed to LED lighting, they have more trouble nesting. Allen harms budgie reproduction, budgerigars, which finds that blue-rich light at night is leading to fewer eggs per nesting season and fewer successful hatchlings per nesting season. Also, the budgies get bigger. They just grow bigger. Light pollution is on the rise in the Arctic Circle. This is based on satellite data from 1992 to 2013 that shows an annual increase in the Arctic by 5%. Going much further south, Chile will be limiting the spectra of exterior lighting by law. This is in Antofagasta, Atacama, and Coquimbo regions. They will have new laws limiting brightness, direction, and timing. And specifically, they will reduce the amount of blue by percentage across the region, as at least limiting it to 15%. And there will even be special extra protected zones that'll cut it to 7 or 1%. California is debating a law on limits to sign brightness. This is a new working group trying to determine if 160 nits of display brightness is adequate. Nits is candela per square meter, but it's measured at the screen. New measurement for me. Odds are if you're watching this on a PC, your screen is at least 1,000 nits bright. We have Airdrie, Alberta, debating a sign brightness law. They are proposing timing for residential neighborhoods and a brightness limit across the board, specifically 300 nits after dusk. Amherst, Massachusetts has approved a new nuisance lighting bylaw. This is part of a very broad nuisance property law, but it does include breaches of outdoor lighting, maintenance, or vegetation and parking. Minot, North Dakota orders a new lighting ordinance study. The staff will be proposing laws similar to their noise ordinances. In Cumberland County, North Carolina, they are going lights out for migration season. Specifically, county-run facilities will be limiting lighting to strictly necessary from 11 till 6. New Canaan, Connecticut resident has actually asked for permission to add lighting to a batting cage on his property. He wants to add 12 to 16-foot lampposts around his batting cage. Honestly, I'd worry more about the noise at night. San Juan, the entire county, has moved to adopt dark sky standards. They originally had a code for specific areas along the beaches, but now that's just going to be across the entire county. Notre Dame de Strasbourg will be shutting off its lighting at 11. The church is actually famous for its light show. They're citing energy use reasons, but the neighbors are pretty happy about it too. In Pune, India, a group of advocates are calling for an end of tree uplighting during Diwali. This is a festival of lights, but it does need to respect nesting. We have, in the UK, a anti-crime lighting in parks in Stevenage has been blocked for a bat safety survey. The council will be funding a safety survey for bats before they move on to human safety through lighting. In Jasper, Alberta, the national park hosted night events for 2 whole weeks up until the 3rd of November. They included chats, guided telescope use, yoga, just general hangouts. Seemed like a good time. Fort Myers Beach Bar has returned. The place is just called the Beach Bar. It was destroyed during Hurricane Ian in 2022, but it's back with turtle-safe lighting this time. And Destin Fort Walton beaches hosted 1,500 successful turtle hatchlings this season. That is a record. And in India, Uttarakhand, home of their first dark sky park, is celebrating with a photo contest. You can check out the entries on their website. Again, I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank TED Magazine, the Lighting and Darkness Foundation, Nailed, and Evluma for backing this. I want to thank you for your time, and if you would be so kind as to leave a rating, that would be great. Until next time, take care of yourself.